there, so he'll have a uphill run at a birdie. We have had 3 birdies so far here today through the first round. I have a pretty good chance at the 4th as Sam Meek of Southern Illinois will be on the tee. Sam's a freshman and yet another international from Ontario, Canada, from Peterborough, Ontario, where he was the 2016 Canadian Junior Champion. And he's front left. And he was the valedictorian of his high school class at Crestwood Secondary. I like guys who are valedictorians and have those high grade point averages.
Oh, them academians, that's the guys I used to try and sit close to when I was in school. Hoping it would rub off on me. Not that I was trying to look or anything like that, but just hoping it would rub off on me.
My partner, Gerald, is much too modest as far as his academic background, of course, and he is, of course, now a high-placed vice president level individual in his chosen profession after a successful coaching career.
I appreciate the raise. I'll take that. Just heard of Fernando with another birdie on 11. So Fernando's at 5 under then. After 11 holes, he's got it going pretty good for the Cajuns. We talked about it, and as we come through, and I'll flap a little while.
Well, I'll tell you who else is who's got it going is Nick Hardy of Illinois. He's got 3 birdies out of his last 3 holes. He's got it to 6 under now. So he's in the lead at 6 under, and Fernando Cruz Valley at 5 under. So even with the wins, there are scores out there.
When we've talked about it here on this hole, you know, the wind is played havoc in it, but it's actually because of how the course is set up. You don't have to be real long. You can play below the trees, and you can play it here. You're a little more exposed on number 1 than you are on some others. Now number 18 coming in, and I would imagine it's going to play a little tough because that's going to be playing dead end of the wind. It's a hard dog leg right, but you know, that's what you want to see. These are good golfers playing good golf, and you've got, you know, the Illini coming in. And I misspoke. I thought Hunter had gone in the green in the trap. I think he in the water. I think he flew over the water and is actually in the trap. So. And I do see his ball, so it'd be in the right trap there. And these aren't over. I mean, this isn't Florida beach sand. It's got a little grain to it and stuff, but it's you're not going to find the balls that are just, they're going to sit up in it. They can plug as we see him come out. It just comes out a little bit hot. Now he's ran it through the green. He's going to be slick coming back, but showing a little frustration out of it. He, you know, probably had a tough lie to get it up and high enough. There's just not a lot of green to work with from that side of it. As Dan has mentioned, these are the number 4 players playing for their teams. We'll see how they're going to play this, whether they want Sam Meek from Southern Illinois to come on up and play. Yeah, he's still out. He's going to let him tend it. I think Sam is saying his ball might have moved.
And there is players were passed out a local rule before play started today that we happen to have a copy of. The players all got a copy of it that might address the situation that he just had.
Okay, when the ball ball at an opponent's surface, there are no penalty if the ball or the ball marker is accidentally moved by a player, his partner, or his opponent, and their caddy or equipment. The moved ball and marker must be replaced. So if that is the case, always determine if the player's ball on the putting green was moved as a result of the wind or water. In fact, the gravity of the ball may be played as it lies from its new location. Okay. And we've got help.
Our buddy Todd Robertson, who stopped by from Indigo, one of the local PGA professionals at Le Vauchin Golf Course, who's volunteering his time as I think.
Yeah, Hunter Green, Glenn, I'm sorry, went ahead and came up on the green. So we'll see what Todd tells him.
In fact, maybe we can get Todd later on to come by and explain exactly what that is, because the way the wind's blowing, that could have an effect.
And I mean, Todd's communicating also, so it's not like it's cut and dry for him either. This is Anthony McGeorge coming up for Texas State. This is his birdie putt. He's going to miss it on the low side. There's still some discussion being had. Yeah, I think Hunter and then Hunter is going to go on and finish out here. Hunter Glenn from Louisiana Tech. This is for his bogey.
Hunter was four over through his first 10 holes, and does save bogey there with that. And now it'll be Anthony McGeorge of Texas State.
This is his par putt.
Nice par there. Anthony was 5 over through 10 holes. And now Sam Meek of Southern Illinois.
Just making a good run at it. Good putt by Sam. Well, I'm going to assume that he was told he could play it as it lies with no penalty. Good two-putt.
So 2 pars and a bogey out of the number 4 player group for these 3 schools. As quickly we'll go back to the tee, and it'll be the number 3 groupings. Brandon Carlson of Southern Illinois will be first. I'm sorry, Peyton Wilhoit of Southern Illinois will be first to hit. He's in the group with Logan Lockwood of Texas State and Joaquim Alland of Louisiana Tech. Again, the number 3 players for these 3 schools. Wilhoit is a sophomore from Searcy, Arkansas, playing for Southern Illinois, three-time state champion at Searcy, and was the Class 6A Arkansas State High School individual champion. As his shot is in the safe area, left front. Or, well, that actually, I think, was Joachim Alland of Louisiana Tech from Gavle, Sweden, a freshman who hit his first shot, so he is safe in the left front. And now we will have Peyton Wilhoit of Southern Illinois will be hitting his shot. Starts it out right, bringing it in, and almost an identical shot as he's in the left front part of the green. And the third player in this group, Logan Lockwood of Texas State. A freshman from Van, Texas. Couple of the players in this group trying to keep it low under the wind, and he's a little bit long to the left, back in the collar area, back behind the green, but all three in this group safe. And a little bit of a stack up here, since we did have to have a couple of minute delay just to get that ruling just a minute ago. Again, first, you're seeing the players from Louisiana Tech, Southern Illinois, and Texas State. Southern Illinois currently the leader among this group, among the team standings. They're tied for 10th at 5 over. Texas State is 13th at 12 over. Louisiana Tech is 14th at 13 over. LSU has made it to 10 under as a team. They are in first place. The host Louisiana Ragin' Cajun team stands second place. They are 7 under as a group. And Illinois has battled back to 5 under as a team, and they stand in third place. And that's the three teams that are playing together in their groupings. So that's all. If you're playing well, it seems like you're paired. It seems like you're always paired up against people that are also playing well.
Well, and I know that's part of why Coach Slyman does what he does for the Cajuns golf coach is matches the Cajuns up with LSU and Illinois to try and put those guys in a position to play with a team that's going to challenge them. You're going to challenge yourself. You want to. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best kind of deal, and just want to get them exposure to some of the top players in the country. That's why he brings Illinois, LSU, A&M into to the Louisiana Classics here.
So Logan Lockwood will be just off the green. He's got a putter and a wedge with him, trying to decide how he's going to play it. He will go with the wedge for his second shot. Logan was even par through his first 11 holes. Best score on the Texas State team through that first 11. Began on 14, so he still has 4 holes left in his first round after this one. Just bumps it up and tries to get it barely on the putting surface, and such a delicate shot there, because if you bump it too far and you land it on the putting surface, it's going to roll past, trying to strike that balance in between, and he left that one short, and he's still on the fringe and will have that long putt left for par. And now a couple of long birdie putt attempts from Peyton Wilhoit of Southern Illinois and Joaquim Alund of Louisiana Tech, and Joaquim will be the first up. Freshman from Gavle, Sweden. Silver medalist in the Swedish Boys Team Championship in 2015.
That wind's starting to pick up pretty good now. It's going to challenge him a little bit more. I did check with Todd, too, about the ruling. Good run.
Good up for Joaquim, and he'll have just that little bit left for his par. Joaquim was 1 over through his first 11 holes. As Peyton Wilhoit will have his birdie run here. As we said, even par through 11. Gave it a pretty good whack, but left it out on the right side. He's got a little work to do to finish off his par.
A little testy.
Now Logan Lockwood has a tough par putt here. Has came up short, coming off the from the back of the green. This is for par.
It's Peyton's par, right?
Yes. Nice par save. Now Logan will be trying to hold on for bogey here. And the number 3s have finished up, and we will quickly go to the number 2s for these 3 teams, as Chase Ambrose of Texas State on the tee already. Chase, a sophomore from Katy, Texas.